A Fleet, Luff Regatta, Mission Bay Yacht Club, 2019, October. Preston, you're late, bro. You are next to the national champion as well. So next year Sabot Nationals, we ain't starting next to Anton. You are late by a freaking mile. That's okay. Here's Max. Max should be closing gauge on the boat to windward. He should be trying to... there we go. Preston totally survived right there. That's just epic sailing. It's actually exactly what I taught him to do, which was hang back a little and then come through with speed. You are next to the national champ, so this is a great speed test. Obviously, the B Fleet should be recognizing right now that the pin end's favored. Look how far that guy crossed Preston. I'm gonna say he was on the line, Preston was off the line by a boat length. Max was off the line by about 2, but still Max was to the left, so he's right in this race. Brand new boat for Max. Sail looks very good sailing, Preston. I was worried you were late at the start, and you were not. You were actually sailing at the line while the other boats had to wait a little longer. It kind of worked in that one. But like I said, next year's Nationals, I don't want to find you next to Anton. But you have just sailed amazing. You're right with him. Max is hung in there. Now the current is right in our face. We're gonna see if this worked. I probably would have gone hard left, but I think you're doing okay here. Our goal is to sail faster into the current here. The current's very strong. That guy might not make it there. Current's very strong, coming right in our face. Okay. A Fleet, race 1. There's Harrison in first. Harrison sails about 6 days a week. 3 in the Sabot, a couple in lasers, some in FJs. Oh, this guy must have touched the buoy. Good leg by him. He won the, he port-tacked the fleet essentially. Good job, Preston. These are the Bs and the C1s. I missed their start. I didn't know they were starting separately. No problem. There's Maddie. Luff regattas are great because they're very low pressure. These are development events. It was kind of developed as a play on words. We used to have a TV show called Laugh-In when we were kids. It was a comedy show kind of thing. And so Luff-In was supposed to be kind of a play on words on that. There's Maddie going a little lower than 9461. I'm wondering what the deal is here. Why are those boats headed that direction over there and these guys are headed this direction? Our goals for this regatta are a little heel to leeward, digging the leeward chine in the light wind. When it gets light, which we're not getting any of really, that's a little too much heel, and flat in the breeze. Heel in light, hill, flat in breeze. He should be a little flatter now. Not all the way flat, but a little flatter. Now it looks like starboard is pretty good. I think Maddie has actually done okay. I think these guys pinched into a header is what happened. They were lifted, and now if you look, all these boats on a right wind shift, and I believe it's Maddie who's the fastest right there. I think she's just ripping it. Just amazing. Now, starboard tack is going to feel bad because of the current is moving them right to left there. Harrison came around first. We're looking at the shapes of their sails, where their booms are. If I was in this pack, I would be saying, okay, I'm going to be very likely being on the rail after this rounding. Preston's going to come around in 2, 4, 5, 6. Paige Tilson, 10203. Preston, pretty good. Needed to heel to leeward a little better. It almost looks like the current is going downwind here. See how, see that? There's the difference. You see the guy that just went around the buoy, Preston? So he's almost ahead of you. He's not, but you lollygagged around that buoy too much. Look at him. He's a full boat length and a half to windward of you. If we get headed, it's not a problem. If we get lifted, he kills us. Race 1 on Saturday. This looks outstanding. What happened on this race was Anton tacked on our wind about 40 seconds, 30 seconds after the start. We needed to accelerate, smooth out our motions a little, and tack out of there. We didn't know which side was going to pay, but we stayed in bad air. No problem. We're not going to do that again. Now the left just might pay here. We'll see. First place in the BC1 fleet, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Maddie's coming in here about seventh. Now the current is moving towards us, so it's moving her from her left to her right. So she should stay like she's doing. She's got clear air. Logan's moving a little faster. So if I was her, we're considering an early jive here. Is there anybody on port tack? Yeah. Starboard, starboard, starboard. Yeah, I would stay where you are. Logan's a little faster, so I would head towards Logan just a little. Your Vang needs to go on. That's going to be a goal here in the afternoon, is having the Vang in our hands downwind once in a while, and actually, as we get a gust, just pulling it an inch as we get a light spot back to its setting that it was before. Now you got to head up right now, Maddie. That guy, she's going to get an overlap. Ooh, bummer. That was a big mistake right there. We allowed that boat to gain on us. You see how Logan just went a lot faster. I think maybe we were sailing too low. No problem. See where Logan's going to round ahead? You're going to have to round behind that boat. No problem. Taylor there looking good. Outhaul's really loose. Great rounding by Maddie. It was great that this boat tacked out of here. Great rounding by Taylor. Come back, kid. Let's see. I'm gonna say he's gonna pass 3 or 4 if this is a whole nother leg. Well, here comes the fleet. You got first is 10275. And, oh, there's Harrison over there. So 10275 is first. Wow. There's Anton. There's Paige. There's Max Olson in 1, 2. Yeah, baby. The left paid for Max. I kind of had a feeling it did. It was going to. And then Preston's just 2 boats behind Max. So they're both in the top 7 for sure. That's A Fleet Race 1. Here's Shooting Star. This is the B and C ones. Maddie and Taylor have really hung it out there on the right. It looks like Taylor's ahead of Maddie. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, he's first. Harrison's cleaning weeds. Harrison needs a tiny bit of Vang. Anton, we really do like to sail with twist on these boats, because then we just pull the main in a little and bring the top batten in. So I'd say both Anton and Harrison could use a little Vang. They're not trucking. This guy's cleaning weeds. Okay, then you got Max right here. Max had his lee board up for a long time. Max looks pretty good. He just pulled his Vang on a little too hard, but you can see the difference. His is closed, hers is open. I like that he's adjusting it. Okay, the lasers went around, stayed on port tack. That's the first thing we'd notice. And it looks like 10275 held on in A Fleet. Harrison coming around second. Anton with a really loose Vang coming around third. Then you've got Max and Preston in 5th and 6th. And they're slowing each other down because Paige is desperately trying to protect the inside there, which she's going to do. So Max should slow down, let her take Preston out a little, and then Max should see, yeah, baby. I wish I was closer to see this. Oh, wow. Somehow, that was a good move, Max. Somehow, oh, the current, yes. Somehow, the Tilsons just came over and messed with us. That's brother and sister.
You get a chance, can you call me on my cell phone,
Coming to the finish here. She made Gold Fleet at Nationals, B Fleeter, 8231, little heel to leeward,
I forgot about that.
10326, don't heel anymore.
Ready?
9405 is fine, nobody can get you. There goes Logan in his tack. Good tack. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Black boat's got him. You can never double tack a Sabot. Here's Maddie right here. She lost 7585 right here for the time being, but she's sailing good. Little heel to leeward. I just saw her scooting forward. Now she's getting 7585 back here, I think. So she's gonna get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She could get 8. If she can go fast, she can catch Shooting Star here. She should feather up right now. She's heeling a little too much. Feather up an inch. Now you're using port tack's good because it's into the current, so you're feathering on this port tack. There you go. I would say that was a good tack. It's okay to roll a little earlier now than the drifter wind. This is a little more wind. I would have just had the boat heel a little more. Now you're pinching. Heeling too much. Heeling too much. See, starboard's gonna feel horrible because the current's pushing you sideways. Flatter, 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 flatter. There we go, that's better. She can't do much. So we should have laid the boat. That's okay. First race, B and C1. Last leeward mark, that's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Boom is past 90 a tiny bit. Vang looks fine, maybe on a ½ inch, but it looks fine. Outhall's eased. So this looks good. Now the last time you let people sit on you, if I were you, I would be aiming to the left of that buoy a little. The current is moving you from left to right, so it looks that's what you're doing. You're staying down there. Don't let these guys inside of you. They are blocking your wind a little. Good rounding by that guy. Boom out. Excellent. Right at the end of that jibe, the boom's way out. That helps head the boat up, and then heel to leeward. Now you're going into the current. That's why it looks like you're not moving. But that was a better rounding. Yeah. A fleet, little too much heel on this guy. Harrison looks good, pretty flat. Anton, pretty flat. Flat and breeze. You can see they're sitting forward and not hiking. They got a little leeward heel, little chine in the water. Here comes Max, a little over trimmed. See how the leech is? I can't see the top batten. Next time, go further before you tack. Next time, go further before you tack to windward, but let's see if he makes this work. He seems to make this work sometimes, but in a Sabot, it tacks so badly that you have to come out of your tack and immediately point. Oh my goodness, Preston. Preston is pushing for this guy's first, 10275. The flag on the committee boat is showing Preston getting headed, but he's actually pressing. If he gets a lift, he's pressing for third. Looks like Anton is going to come across and win. So what we learned from this race is we got to start really well, and you're never out of these races. These long races, you're never out of them. And we're working on telltales, heel to leeward hill in the light spots, flat and breeze, fib. So still got fourth probably, but made it a race, brother. Good job. Max is still hanging against Cole here. He should Simo tack with Cole. As soon as Cole turns, Max should turn, or just before him. Okay, good.